Hello you guys, so today I'm going to be making a video. My buddy had recently got back into making YouTube videos, so I figured I'd try to hop on. But today we're going to be talking about the game Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. It's a bit of a mouthful, but also known as Tabs. It's kind of like, it's literally just as it is. It's a battle simulator, although it seems simple. It actually, some of it is strategy, some of it is luck, some of it is just maybe you know the character a little better than the other person. But during the game, you're gonna have to make adjustments, maybe slight adjustments to your army to basically try to figure out how you're gonna beat the other person's army. If you are using a specific unit that might be weak to that other person's unit, you're going to want to change that unit, switch it up, show them something different. But I'll get right into it. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Alrighty, guys. So here's where I'm going to show you kind of like game modes, if I could teach you anything about them. Um, Basically, today we're going to be looking at sandbox. That's going to be kind of how I'm going to set up like these simulation battles on my own. Another good fun thing to try out if you want to do like achievements. We have the campaign. You know, you have all these different missions. A lot of these maps have like special characters, if I should say. Um, Basically, you could play as all different characters. They kind of are hidden throughout the map, and you have to find them and pick them out of the map, basically. And also we have multiplayer, which is usually what I play. I'll show you guys. We got local, fight against another player locally, you know, one on one. Play with your friends, which is usually what I do, which is a private match. You could try a quick match. I haven't seen anybody online for this game. Like I said, I might be just giving it a little bit of light because maybe a lot of people don't know it. Maybe it just looks a little silly, but the game's fun. I really do enjoy it. So, but yeah, I'll show you guys my favorite parts about the game. It's sandbox and multiplayer gameplay. I can show you guys a little bit about it. Let's see. Let's try to pick a good map here. Let's start with the farmer map. So basically, you're gonna be able to use 30 of your pawns or characters to verse your friend in another 30v30 matchup. You get a allotted amount of gold that you could use or income to basically create the best army you could possibly make. So let me just show you a few of the soldiers that they do have that I would regularly use. Let's see. So we got a protector, very simple shield guy. I would usually use that just to take the blunt of the first attack. We got large mammoths. Again, I don't really use the mammoths very often. Halflings, kind of rough. Farmers, rough. Hay balers, it's another like more defensive, kind of like a small tank. Um, One of the wheelbarrows, I find these very useless. They usually just get mowed down. Uh, let's see. We got the healers. Trust me, if you have a good healer while you're using a player specifically, because you could actually go down and play as any of your own characters as long as they're still alive, which is great. Here we go. So we have our knights, catapults. Very inaccurate, very inaccurate and very slow. Not something I would normally use unless you just have your entire team catapults, and but even then you're risking it. Just hope that the first attack does the job. The king, one of the better of the warriors that we do have. Let's see. Ancient. So we got our shield bearer, which is great. Hoplites, I like to toy around with them, but I think the spears are just a little too long. I don't usually do very well fighting with that character, I should say. Snake archers, pretty cool. Ballistas, in my opinion, the ballista is a little bit better than the catapult, but not by much. Still pretty slow. Zeus. Now Zeus is one of like your main OP characters. A lot of people play as him, but you know, it helps if you spread your characters out. If you're versing Zeus, you're going to want to have a very spread out sector. So basically, Zeus is capable of striking several different players at one time if they're clustered up. So definitely, if you do see a Zeus, just make sure your characters are a little spread out. Now, I'm going to go to Dynasty. Samurai, we got firework archers, monks. Now, the two that I'd like to point out is the ninja and the Hiawatha. Hiawatha, as long as nobody gets close enough to touch them, they're in great shape. If you could find someone that can rush them and take them all out like I normally do, it's an easy takedown. But if you cannot, then you're probably getting some arrows coming your way. So high watches, very effective, but they have a weakness. They're not super slow, but it does take them a little long to load up a little bit. Not as bad as like your catapult or in your accuracy. You could use this and be quite accurate with the high watches, even at a somewhat close range. Granted, if they're like right in front of you, you can't hit them because it's more for distance. So you got to keep them far back. You kind of got to keep them protected a little bit. We got our dragons now. These just, for me, not very effective. Pretty cool, but not very effective. Alright, so we're going to go next up. We got our Renaissance Musketeers. These are one of my favorite. You set up a proper line of Musketeers, you're going to have just anybody's going to have difficulty getting through that line without. I would say you would need a lot of bombs to try to get through that. But even like cannons, you might not be able to cannon your way through three, I should say, three lines of musketeers because they're just really good. They're one of, in my opinion, one of the best characters on here. We have our balloon archers. It's kind of just what it sounds like. Your balloon archers, they shoot balloons and then they fly up like the movie Up. So, Da Vinci tanks. Now, sorry about that. Our Da Vinci tank, it can be very effective. Problem is, it shoots very sporadically in random areas. Basically, like it's not an accurate shot. It just kind of shoots cannons all over the place. If you get hit by it, it's probably taking out a character, which is great, but the accuracy is really bad. And if you have something flying, which I will get into that in a moment, a flying character going overhead, it's pretty much a goner. It has no shot of survival. Yeah, pretty much no shot of survival. You have your painters, they're just the painter. Let's see. Next, we're gonna do pirate. This is one of my top ones, other than Wild West. I love Wild West, but we have our pirate queen. Pretty solid, great fighter, pretty tanky. She's got a lot of health. We got our captain, which sword and a blunderbuss, which is just best of both worlds. Seriously, the problem with him, the captain generally has a little less health than the queen, so the queen ends up doing better for the most part. We got our cannons. These are very useful if you do decide to use one. You can really get real slippery with it if you can move around, get out of the way of the other person's bullets, or even cannons sometimes. But generally, bullets you can kind of like dodge, put the cannon in front of it. It works pretty well. And the main thing is you protect the character on the back. As long as you can do that, you're still firing pretty much. Let's see, we got our bomb throwers. These are great if you just don't know what to do and you need to break open a line. They are kind of slow, but breaking open a line, it works pretty well. Let's see, so now we're going to go to Spooky. We got our Reapers. You know what my buddy does? He drops a couple of these down when I'm not realizing. Basically, these go around and start ripping through all of the other person's small units, and they're great. But if you hit them with a few clips with the character I'll show you in just a moment, you can take them out very fast. So they look amazing when they're versing small pawns that can't do much or small enemies, but when it comes down to actually getting shot at, their health is kind of low. Swordcaster, pretty solid character actually. Pretty much shoots out swords and kills, so it's pretty good. I wouldn't use a pumpkin catapult. I don't normally look at the skeleton archers too much or the candleheads. There's still some characters I need to um, learn more about too, because they might have more. They might have more abilities than I know of. Dynamite thrower, pretty much like the bomb thrower. I don't see that much of a difference. Once they throw that dynamite, they're pretty much useless. I'm pretty sure they do reload and they can get another dynamite and throw again, but they end up being pretty rough. Miners, cactus. You got your gunslingers. These are absolutely one of maybe the best characters also. There's a lot of great characters in this game. What you would do with these, they're not for upfront fighting. Basically, you want to kind of have them like tucked back in over here, and they could just shoot up in the air, and somehow their bullets land on the other player. I'm not sure how that works, but it works. We got Deadeye. Now, he's pretty good. You're able to shoot pretty well, pretty accurately. One of my favorite, though, is Quick Draw right here. You're able to take out that I've noticed several hundred other characters if you know what you're doing. Proper movements and just being able to dodge at the right timing and just running back, doing whatever you got to do to get out of the way, but still being able to load up and shoot them down. I believe I received the achievement for, I forgot if it was 100 or 200, but it was basically you shoot down 100 to 200 enemies they have to be like in a straight line, and yet it's very specific. It's a hard task to do, but you can do it. Just figure out what map you have to do it on, because there's a specific one that you kind of want to do it on. It makes it a little easier to keep them in a straight line. And if you can't get them in a straight line, at least you have a chance to kind of back up, pull back, move around, get up a building. I don't think there's that much fall damage, if at all, I should say. But he is one of the best characters by far, especially when you're taking control and using him to your advantage. Because on his own, he's not great. On his own, he's probably gonna die just walking in, which is terrible. You can't really set the location of your characters from what I've seen. So that's one of the problems that I'm noticing. You can't really set a location. Like if I want these shield bearers to basically stay still in that spot and just hold position, they're not going to do that. As soon as I press play, these guys are going to run forward and get mowed down for the most part, take a lot of damage, and so will everybody else. The only ones that won't, probably the high watchas. They might stay back a little bit, but they still creep forward. Same thing cannons, but they still creep forward. But for the most part, the only ones that actually sit back are the high watches, from what I've noticed. Alright, so we get forward a little bit. Oh, we got our legacy. Now here's where we get juicy. I know I'm always saying best character, best character. It's subjective to what the actual best character is. The best character has to be one that can take on every character, essentially. Or, I mean, like I said, it's subjective. But in this case, sometimes the best character is based, is situational, I should say. It's very situational because this character might be amazing at taking out this character, but this character might not do so good and might have some weaknesses against the other characters. So they all have their own weaknesses. They're all situationally, a lot of them are situationally the best character. The ones that I've mentioned, at least. So it's kind of hard to be like, oh, well, this one is the top character. It's kind of just situationally, this character works best for this. This character works best for this. That's why they're the best characters, essentially. Like, here we go. We got this has nothing to do with it, but chariots and barrel rollers. What was the other one? Shoot, wheelbarrows. Like, there's a lot of characters that are just completely useless. Just fun to kind of like run around and try to pop down. But like this horse ain't doing nothing, and they do end up going on the ground when the horse, when the I should say when the chariot falls down. Um, and then you get like a kind of like a weaker fighter, but the fighter doesn't really do all that well. So it's not something I would normally use. I'm gonna take these out. Um, Flag bearer, not much going on there. We got our main minor boxer, banner bearer. Let's go. We got the peasant, one of the cheapest characters you can put down. Just kind of ends up being more like a cannon fodder essentially, which is pretty terrible. But let's see. We got Thor. It's pretty cool. Tanks. Tanks are pretty rough to take out, but you can if you know what you're doing. But generally, they do pretty well. Now, the Super Boxer. It's 10G, but it is one of, again, like I said, the best characters you could use. This one, you have to get up close and personal. That's the main problem. But I will show you an example of the speed of this character, because the speed of this character is insane. You might not have to take a shot even up close, because believe it or not, a lot of these characters aren't very accurate. You get like, you know, what is it? The Deadeye over here, very accurate, super accurate. And then you get your Pirate King, completely inaccurate. He's probably gonna miss that shot. So if you got a boxer versus a Pirate King, I see the pirate missing the shot, the boxer going in with his, lightning speed, and actually probably winning that match. Probably with ease too. I'll have to kind of show you like examples of what I mean. I'm gonna go step by step. If you guys want to see that, I'm gonna pretty much go step by step and show you what each character can do that I know of that I normally use in battle. So yeah, Super Box is pretty good. I haven't even tried Super Peasant out yet. I probably should, but on multiplayer games you can't use that much um, material, that much income. You can't use that much. You get minimum, I believe it's 50 or 60,000 gold that you can use. That's allotted to make an army. So this is just used generally just a no go. So all right, so here's kind of the ones we kind of just get lucky with. We've been using these and kind of going back and forth, and we end up just matching each other. If someone's using a Chromancer, the other person's going to use a Chromancer. They're sick flying creatures that just do everything you need them to do. Probably the most OP character you could pick up, flying character that for this boxer, I've only killed one of them with the boxer, and it was because I was flying down from the hill. So it's just one of the more OP characters that we've came across. Again, we have look at elephant. These elephants are very tanky, so if you want, you just stick them in front, and they tank most of the damage, which works pretty well. Paladin. These aren't. Trying to show you guys like what characters I would normally use and like take advantage of, but these are not ones I would normally use. All right, so we go evil. This is where we get some pretty good ones. We got the Void Monarch, pretty solid character. Deathbringer, solid character. Now this one is one of my favorite right here. We have the, I'm probably gonna say it's wrong, Tempest Lich, however, but it creates these storms. The storms generally take out most of the characters. This is one of the better units, I would say, because you could literally take out any character. Problem is the reload speed is very slow, but if you're staying back and doing what you got to do, you could pretty much create a storm in a certain section that you want defense in. If you want to move one way, you're going to place that defense probably directly in front of you and then hit left or whatever you got to do, just so it gives you a little bit of a buffer before the other player comes in. So you could really use them very strategically. Let's see. Again, just not a character I would use. Not a character I would use. Nothing I would use. I've used the Sentinel before. Great shielding, great, but like when it came down to it, like actually fighting, not so great. Um, yeah. So basically, Void Monarchs, the Tempest Lich, we got our Chronomancers, which are freaking sweet. Our Super Boxers, our tanks, quick draws, gunslingers, reapers. Let's see, we got musketeers, Da Vinci tanks, ninjas, high watches, Valkyries. We didn't go over Valkyries yet. Freaking sweet. They fly. They're sick. They're a little low health, but they do fly, and their flying units generally do pretty well on this game. We got our Berserkers. For this one, it's kind of just if you want to switch it up a little bit. They're low health, but if you really want to switch it up a little bit on the other player, pull out some Berserkers. They just literally jump onto them. You got your Jarl too. He's another one that just kind of like bounces in the air and flies and uh, destroys the other player, which is great. But let's go a little bit further. We're gonna hit again. We have ballistas. We have Zeus. We got our little Minotaur here. The shield bearer is good for defense. Catapults, kings, knights. Here the only thing here that I would actually recommend hay balers, protectors, mammoth, just so you get a little bit of defense. Now we're gonna go to secret. This one, still, all these characters to me are pretty new because I don't use secret all too much. I pretty much stick to what I know. So again, we got executioner. It's probably a heavy axe, so probably a little slower. Taekwondo, probably pretty cool, but again, it might be hard to use. Witch, Banshee. We got Wheelbarrow Dragon. I haven't tried this one, but I probably should test that one out. A Bomb Cannon. Believe it or not, I haven't found this one to be as effective as the regular cannon on the pirate section. So I just use the regular cannon. I think this one runs, I'm gonna say a little bit more money. Yeah, this one's 1,500. That one's 1,000. So I don't know why. What's the discrepancy? Maybe this one's a little stronger. I'm not sure. Um, Skeleton Giants, surprisingly pretty good. I was actually using these the other day to beat out some of these Chronomancers, and they did their job. They were surprisingly really good. They look weird, like as far as how they attack, it's very odd because they're just kind of like falling all over the place. But their defense is great, and their attack is pretty good. Cavalry, I wouldn't really use. Vlad, I would not use. It's a single pencil like thing. Sensei, this is pretty solid, just like the ninja. Let's see. The ninja's so much cheaper though, in my opinion. I know the sensei throws a lot more, but the ninjas might suffice, depending how you're feeling. But really, all these you can unlock. You just have to go through the maps and just kind of look around. There's YouTube videos giving a good explanation of where to find all these characters that you can unlock, what they do, kind of like the whole nine. Your campaign, you could actually finish it all. You could do a modded campaign, whatever you really want to do. It's all kind of like fun modding type. But yeah, we're gonna get into it a little bit. I'll show you guys what I can do as far as um, not really skill goes, but like just in general what we're looking at and what we're capable of doing as a player on this game, I guess. So this is gonna be interesting to say the least. Let's get, like I said, our high watches. Let's get those rocking. I think, will I fail at this? Maybe, but we're gonna give it a shot. Okay, one sec. It's been a while. Shoot. Oh, okay. Okay. Still probably gonna die, but here goes. Alright. Ah, I did die. Oh no, I'm still alive. Alright, so we still got something getting tossed out. I don't know where this guy came from. I gotta get underneath here. Okay, so basically our 10,000 coin boxer had essentially destroyed your high watches. That's as easy as it can get. He even got shot with the high watches, so you see, um, you are capable of taking out several high watches with one good player if you know what you're doing. The speed of this boxer outweighs the arrows coming in. So usually you're good, but sometimes it can be a little rough. Alright, let's see what else we got. We got our Tempests, just to see what we can put down. This is all just like simulation, so if I go here, I'm not even gonna play as a character. Kind of see what happens. Like, basically, this Da Vinci tank doesn't stand much of a chance. Not much really happened there, but you see, the Da Vinci tank stood pretty much no chance versus these high watches. The only way it could have possibly have made taken a win would have had to have been really close up. I totally forgot there's a gunslinger up there. It would have to be really close up and would have to kind of like disturb the high watches so they wouldn't get flat foot. But I don't see in many instances where this Da Vinci tank actually wins any of these battles. Now, here's one that I think, let's see, we're going to try to match the gold used. And I think you might be surprised by this one, possibly. Because, again, the price of the character does weigh in here. I see as always, I see my Musketeers winning about 8 out of 10 times, probably. That's it. Same same amount of income used. Took them out in one shot, basically, all within one shot of all the players, basically. That was pretty easy. Musketeers, great character. Um, I can see the Zeus is doing pretty well. Again, I want to kind of keep it like even-ish. We got to keep a high watch. I'm going to just do it like that. We'll see kind of what we could do here. Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. We got to move. Alright, so as you see, we were taken out. I'm going to try one more time, though, just to see. Wow, yep. So high watches for the win on this one. They are a scary unit. It's not easy to beat a high watcher, but the boxer makes it look easy. Um, let's see, what else could we possibly use? I mean, the chronomancers, they're literally the answer for just about anything. Let's see how this goes. And they don't get up in time to get the job done. There you go. You want a solid unit all around? Chronomancer. Well, not Chronomancer, High Watcher. Just minus their inability to kind of like move out of the way. Um, let's see. You know what we'll do? Do a couple of these. Sometimes you gotta like mix it up a little bit. I would say right now just pop a tank down, and we might have the win. But nice little tank here. Let's see. We still got. What's the other tank? It should be pretty fair. We'll do, what, another one of those little, let's see, clubbers. I don't know why the clubber's there, but we'll put an extra one. There we go. Let's give that a shot. I'm pretty sure they're done. I would say the Hawatchas are finished. Let's see. Yeah, Hawatchas are finished. These Tempests are insane. Another good character. Just use a little bit of tank in front of them, and they're basically destroying them. So that's what you got to do there. Here's another one. Since, a lot of this is, I'm showing you a lot of on the floor stuff. Let me get them in the air. If you guys are ready for this one. Now we're going to even it out. Same thing. The units, they may seem to be worth the same amount. They are not. Especially these ones. Ooh, oh, they're not doing nothing yet. Okay, shoot. Wow, I didn't expect that one. I think what you have to do here is probably put them closer. Get them closer on the line. Um, Still keep it at like about 9G, but keep them closer. Basically, when you're versing others, you have to kind of like adapt a little bit just so you can figure out how you're going to get the win. Right here, I put them closer so they can attack a little faster. And there's your different outcome right there. That just shows it's really not about the character all the time, but character placement too. So a little bit of both. All right. That's it. I did have another character I wanted to show off a little bit. That's right. Our quick draw. Do I think I can get out alive with this one? Probably not. Probably not, but screw it. We'll give it a shot. I'll put some cactuses down to make it even, though. Oh, okay. We still got one or two. A couple. All right. Oh, almost. Oh, I see. It is possible. It is possible. That was pretty good. That was a good. It's possible, but very unlikely because I'm getting shot at already. Oof. Okay, they're moving forward, so they have to move forward to get that. There you go. These guys are insane. Let me give you guys another example of our quick draw, what they could do in their ability. That you saw just what is that? 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 quick draws, 2 cactuses take on was that 7 high watches? 8 high watches, however. And they do a great job, but it's like what can they do? Just one is the real question. They could do a lot. I can't show you the full ability, but I'm gonna use these guys as just like straight tanks. Um, just for this, because I do want to show their ability. I don't see me doing too well here, but like I'm not probably not gonna survive this. But here goes. So your ability here, you gotta kind of move back. They're already kind of taken over, as you could tell. But they're able to. Oh, that was a bad idea. Let's try to get out of the way of them. Ooh, come on, come on. Can I make it out of this? I don't know. Oh, okay. I'll try one more. I'll try one more. Okay, so I want to get this way. Ooh. I'll say these pawns are pretty quick. Oof. Do one more just because I think I could do it, but we got this. We got this. Shoot. Nah, I can't. I can't. I can't. Shoot. Let's see. And that's game over. Come on. Come on. Shoot. Oh, here we go. Hey. Oh. Oh, dang. Come on. Come on. They're stepping all over me. Shoot. Okay. Oh. Let's go, baby. Ooh. Almost. Alright, I'll give it up right there. But yeah, basically each character can do something different. We got, let's see how our tank does against however many pawns. Let's see. Quick draw could be really good. You just got to be really good at using them. That's the problem. Let's see. I don't know if the pawns have any ability against this character, but I see them overwhelming them for sure. Let's see. Like I don't know. Yeah. He is. The tank is literally just flying, flying its way into the. Yeah, no. These pawns have nothing. No way to answer to this tank. Do you guys think it can? They can attack it? No. They are attacking, but very, very not good, not well, not strong hits by any means. Just run them over and tanks versus however many pawns this is. It's just a sad day for them. Yeah, that's it. They're done. think that's it. Unless someone's still floating, which sometimes that happens. Just gotta see. Yeah, no, that's it though. I don't know where the last person is, but they are somewhere. Alright. So we kind of see all 202 of these characters do nothing to a tank. They barely um, scratch the surface. Alright. Just to show you guys what it does, I have no clue. I've never seen one of these in action. But a super peasant versus a super boxer. Wow. Oof. Now I'm interested to see what it could do against real units. Let's see. That's a lot of chromancers. Oh, wow. Shoot. Oh, he still lost though. He did not win that. Was that 150 compared to some type of mill? I'm not looking at that number, but dang. Shoot, I'm trying to just take over it and it's just not working. Yeah, no. So it cannot beat however many chromancers are here. I see these high watches. I'll show you guys a line of high watches. However many, probably. It probably doesn't matter too much. Who thinks it could beat it? I don't know. But we're gonna find out. Oof, oof. Let's go. Holy moly. Let's do that one more time. That's crazy. That's it, guys. It's over. Super peasant for the W. All right, I think we pretty much covered all of the characters that I can generally use, or I generally have used, other than Super Peasant. That's completely fresh. We're gonna have a lot more games to kind of review. I think my next video is gonna be it's only money. If you guys heard of that, it's pretty fun. I'll give you guys like a roundabout what the game's about and what I've been doing, kind of is trying to beat the game. The game seems pretty easy to beat, but it's fun and it is two-player online, so that's pretty sweet too. But this is one of the games that I would normally play. Again, thanks again everyone for watching. I'm gonna have my buddy's YouTube link down in the description. My buddy JWad. So let's see if you guys want to check him out. He does like N64 videos and um, Pokemon and Super Mario type content. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon.